One person has a great arm, 3 people have a great story, and 5 people have a great alliance.
Yeah, they all stuck together, didn't they? I wasn't totally sure that was happening. Well, it was kind of pretty likely. I want to talk more about that decision at the end, but let's just briefly go through some of the recap stuff.
I like when they get right to the challenge too.
Yeah,
Talk a
yeah.
little bit of tribal when they get back, but then
And that's where I was thinking immediately with the discussions after that if Michael's plan last time had worked, it would have been great.
Yep.
But now it's put him in a really bad spot. I guess that's the risk. You got to take these risks. If you don't, you could have been going home last time.
Yeah.
But it did put him at, he's a big target now. That's for sure. Yeah, and right into the reward challenge. Holy cow, that was a blowout. That was amazing. That was really cool.
Yeah, Chris was just throwing like crazy. And turns out he's a ex-pitcher from college days, so he's got a good arm.
Now, watching that bit, I kind of liked him because I don't really like Chris. But then afterwards, his little confessional they did afterwards, I didn't like him again. He was a
This
bit
little
more,
rapping thing.
I'm super great. Okay.
That was just fun though.
Yeah, buddy.
He wasn't doing it in front of everyone. Like he was just.
That's true. So you notice now that they're doing the Ghost Island at the reward challenge, not at the immunity.
Because I thought that later. I'm going, well, who are they going to send? Because it still could balance out somehow with the votes. So
No, just at the reward challenge. So they sent Stephanie. I'm wondering why they have they obviously have to smash those things in order.
Yes.
I thought at first you could do it randomly. And then it's no game for her. Have they already decided, the producers, the order of this going to be a game, no game, whatever? Or should they have done something like, if somebody didn't use a different thing, have you do that challenge? Like the last one. Because that would have been interesting too. It just seems kind of pointless to send them. I guess it's not pointless because they come back and they're saying, I didn't get anything. And everybody's going, yeah, right, you probably did. So, yeah.
So what about the decision too that everyone's doing with, let's just draw rocks to see who we send? What?
I think that's valid. I think it's valid because especially because that team right now, the one team that particularly won that, is still split Navidi, Malolo. So if you all get together and you say, hey, we want to send one of the Navidi people, then the other Navidi people on your tribe are going to go, hey, no, I want to send, and then you're creating tension, unnecessary tension in your tribe. So,
well, and Navidi's in control of the game and have been ever since after week 2, which, again, the thing I hate the most when they do tribe swaps early.
I don't mind that.
I can't stand it. You have a tribe that's going, okay, we're divided, and then after 2, it's like, oh, let's split them apart. And you've built all this stuff, and now you're at the bottom. And in this case, it's just decimated because both tribes are all stacked with Navidi now.
Yeah.
2 people gone, and it's 5 for each one, and now it's just.
Yeah.
But when Stephanie was at Ghost Island, we got to know her a little bit.
Yeah.
Shared her story a little bit. I like it when they get into
that is good, but it made me worry about her because she's going on about how, I'm doing this for my kids, and you think, okay, is she going home tonight? Because they're setting up this. It's interesting watching the show. It always seems to be that way, and I kind of understand why. A lot of the ones that they give a lot of airtime to early are gone early. Sometimes the ones at the first few episodes you don't even hear from end up being the ones at the end that get all the airtime, and they end up winning or going to the end. So it's always worrisome when there's somebody.
But then immediately they cut to Jonathan, and he was telling his story.
That's true.
Well, he was upset, or not, but with the coffee and thing, he was thinking about his mom, and then Chris was telling his story with his mom too. Everybody's starting to tell their story, and
actually, that's what I give Chris credit for that.
Yep.
He said it wasn't playing it so much out of the strategy of it, even though there was strategy to actually get a personal relationship with somebody, but it seeed genuine. Like he was genuinely interested in what he was saying.
Well, he could relate.
Yeah, but that's how you have to play the game. If you want to build, you can't be, I'm not talking to anybody, and then, I think I need your vote, so I'm going to come talk to you. Then it becomes obvious.
But that's what Jenna did.
Yeah.
She was like,
worked.
And then, I'm going to go flirt with.
I want to talk about Jenna in a second, but so we get to the, okay. Was this at Tribal? Okay, we had the immunity challenge, which was kind of cool.
The surf and then the puzzles again.
I thought Navidi was going to lose just because of the way they edited the thing. I don't know why. But they didn't. They ended up winning, which was cool. But yeah, pulling along the surf thing that was pretty cool.
And what, underwater?
Yeah. See, we went whitewater rafting years and years ago, and at one point you do the body surfing where you go down the rapids, and if you can't get to shore, they throw a rope out to you, and they tell you,
Yeah.
go on your back, not on your front. Now, obviously, if you're on the floaty thing, you're fine. But because I remember that happened to me, I grabbed the rope, they pull, and I'm on my front, and I'm torpedoing underwater. I'm thinking to myself, why am I underwater? Oh yeah, they said go on your back. Okay. So obviously, in that case, when she was not on it, she was getting just boom, torpedoing underwater. So, yeah.
I'd like to see one of these immunity challenges with no big puzzles at the end. Let's just do the challenge
that's
right
true.
through it.
They might, but the puzzle does even it out a little bit because it was close at the end because of the puzzle. So this is where Stephanie. Now was this her talking to the camera? I can't remember if she was talking to the camera or talking to the people in the tribe, but she was going on about. Might have been talking to the confessional. She said, I'm so close. I'm only 25 days away from winning. And do the math. You're still like in the first third of the
But it's 25 days left. And then they edited with, oh, Jenna's got to go. She's the one that's got to go. So
Yeah.
okay, she's safe because that's the way they always do it. They pick somebody and then they say, okay, we got to target Steph. She's the one that.
At that point, I had no idea who would be leaving. Once Desiree started going through Steph's bag and saw there was no idol, I thought, okay, it's a good chance it's Steph.
Should they be allowed to do that? Go through one personal bag that you have.
I guess if you leave it there, I don't know. So if you have an idol, you should not put it in your bag. That's why people bury it somewhere else. I don't know. So potentially we had Jenna, Stephanie, or Michael going home.
Yes. And it seemed pretty obvious. There was no flipping on the other tribe going, now's the time to make a big move, make a name for yourself.
Yeah. Once Stephanie sat down and talked to Sebastian, I thought, okay, she's probably safe for this episode. And it seemed that way because nobody seemed to consider her a threat. It was either Michael, physical threat, or Stephanie, strategic threat. And I liked Jenna, the way she came across, the fact that she's self-aware enough to know that, I've got this, bitchy, leave me alone look on my face, and I gotta, learn to open up and be nicer around people.
But it was already decided by then.
But she was lucky it wasn't her at that point. But
and again, I don't understand why they keep voting off some of the stronger people.
Well,
they keep losing all these challenges and then going, okay.
I don't know. But so we get to the tribal. Now, if you were any of the three that were on the Malolo, who do you vote for?
Oh.
I have a feeling they must have had an inkling of who was being targeted when you looked at the vote count at the end.
Yes, because they must have said, hey, you vote.
But if you didn't know, do you put your vote on an Aviti member, or do you target one of your people?
I mean, you're grasping at straws, but you have to hope that you can connect with two people and go, you realize these are the ones running the show. You're on the bottom. You'll never win.
No,
so
but
you
what I
need
mean,
to make...
at the point where it doesn't sound like they're switching, but you never know. If it's you, me, and I don't know, we got Steph with us, and we're on the bottom, we know they're voting for one of us. Is it better for me to go, I'm going to put my vote, let's say, on Bradley? Or should I go, crap, you know what? It's either going to be you or Stephanie or me. I'm going to throw my vote on one of you guys. It just puts an extra vote on you so that if they were splitting votes, it's just a way of protecting yourself by putting it on one of the people that's potentially going home.
No, again, I think your only hope is to connect with a couple of people on the other side and hope that you can align your votes.
But that comes before you get to tribal.
No, well,
if you're at tribal, if you're voting.
Yeah, everything's pretty much decided before tribal. I mean,
what I do think is wise to...
Because if they split the votes and you three stick together, there's at least a chance.
True, yeah. Although if you had the majority of the votes split on you and you add your vote to the other person, then potentially you saved yourself. So I don't know. But the votes ended up being
7-1.
Everybody on Stephanie. And
all the pretty people are going too. Morgan went, and then what's his name? Anyways, and then
but what was I gonna say? The even Stephanie's argument at tribal it was a stupid argument. It was all about me. I've dreamt about playing this game. I really want to play this game, so I want you to keep me here. That's not the way. You've got to give them. If you're really trying to convince people to keep you, don't make it about you.
Yes.
It's got to be about them. Why am I a good thing for you guys? It was, her argument was terrible.
And that's what Michael was doing, going, hey,
Yeah.
I can help you guys win challenges. You know, I can do stuff. And then if I don't, you want to vote me out, that's fine, but I can help you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, sad to see her go. She was interesting. She was one of your picks. wasn't she?
Well, right from the
From
very
the
first,
beginning.
I liked
Yeah.
her. I thought she was very strong. She knew the game well. She was playing it well.
Yeah.
But once you get on the wrong side after
It's tough.
it was bad luck, really, because
But that's part of the game. It's a bit luck. It's a bit strategy. It's a bit physical stuff. It's a bit everything. That's what's so cool about Survivor. It's awesome. Anything else?
I know. I think we're good for all the strategy, and it certainly seems like it's one tribe right now.
Yeah, that episode didn't have as much happening, but it was still good. I'm still enjoying the season. So looking forward to more.